this journey, I have learned a lot about the elements of purposive communication. We faced various kinds of activities in the past 7 exams. I hope you'll join me as we embark on my learnings, experiences, achievements, and etc. in the last 7 exams that I've taken in the subject purposive communication. The first exam is entitled Understanding Similarities and Differences of Cultures, a mini portfolio inspiring cultural appreciation. In this exam, there are 5 activities. The first activity is to provide the background of the different countries that I have chosen, which is South Korea and Japan. The second activity is to make a graphic organizer about their flag, population, languages, location, terrain, climate, religion, and government. The third activity is to discuss the similarities and differences of the two countries in terms of childbirth practices, parenting styles, wedding rites, dining etiquette, work ethics, family orientations, and burial customs. The fourth activity is to make any graphic illustration out of the similarities and differences that I have found about the two countries. The last activity is to develop a paragraph incorporating the relevance of cultural appreciation to you, to the society, and the world. After doing the exam, I've learned that even different countries have similarities in their culture. They have their variations, which has its own reasons that we have to respect. I also learned that to fully appreciate a culture, we must understand what lies in the culture itself, and of course, respect it. With the second exam, it is all about achieving creativity in multimodality in an editorial. In this exam, we were grouped into 5 members. We were presented 6 current issues to choose, which are COVID-19 pandemic, preservation of the environment, gender equality, human rights, bullying, and Philippines educational system, and others. And are expected to create an editorial about it that explains our stand on that current issue. The editorial that we are going to write should contain main claims, thesis statement, and supporting data and evidences. We should also acknowledge our sources in presenting our evidence. The topic that we have chosen is human rights. We made sure that we are able to state our stand loud and clear and to have a catchy title that would attract readers. We also cited our data and evidences from credible sources to make our editorial persuasive and trustworthy. Upon doing this exam, I have learned that we should make good use of effective communications and technological advancements to address current issues. In that way, many people will be very knowledgeable on what is really happening in the society. But before spreading information, we have to make sure that we have grounds for our basis and claims for our evidences that would support the information that we are spreading. Because false informations and fake news could lead to even bigger problems. The third exam is titled On the Quest Against the Invisible and Beyond, a video awareness vis-a-vis COVID-19. In this exam, we were instructed to make a 2-minute video awareness about coronavirus 19. The video should contain the origin of the virus, statistics, nature or characteristics, symptoms, effects or impacts, and remedies. I was able to come up with a video that has those contents. I managed to put all the important information in a short video presentation. This would be a very educational video because even at a short amount of time, viewers would be able to know everything that they have to know about the COVID-19 virus. This would cure the problem of ignorance in many people, always thinking that if they got infected with the virus, it's the end of their lives. They have to know that there is more to it to learn. It is not the end. We just have to know the things we have to do if we got infected and the things we need to put in mind to prevent from contracting the virus. While in the process of finishing the video, I realized that these kinds of activities are important as they provide sufficient knowledge to people. I also learned how important the technology in having an effective communication by having a simple video provide information to many people. The fourth exam is about enhancing capabilities, enriching opportunities, right skills, and right speech in public speaking. For the fourth exam, we were expected to make and perform a 2-minute public speaking with 10 topics to choose. The topics are online learning, social distancing, health preservation, social amelioration, community quarantine, fake news, mental health, cyberbullying, climate change, and same sex marriage. The speech material should contain the following: an introduction, the body, and the conclusion. I formulated a speech that tackles about cyberbullying. I chose this topic because it is very rampant nowadays, and many people are using social media apps, so people at all ages are very much prone to this issue. The short speech contains very vital information, such as what is cyberbullying and the effects of it to the victims. Upon doing the exam, I realized how cyberbullying would impact a person's life. It can cause a lot of damage, especially to one's self esteem. With this public speaking activity, I was able to improve my vocabulary and confidence in speaking, which is essential in communication. The fifth exam is dramatic monologue, communication in the workplace or work ethics. In this exam, we were expected to create a dramatic monologue entitled Being the Boss, which highlights the importance of communication in the workplace. The monologist should portray 4 different characters, which makes it a challenging task. The 4 characters are the boss, the secretary, Miss Sweetie, the promoted COO, Mr. Chavez, and the promoted CFO, Miss Chinky. The monologue is about a misunderstanding about two co-workers which is caused by the lack of effective communication and will be resolved by talking it out with their boss. I learned that communication in a workplace is essential in order to have a smooth flowing working system and for every workers to function and help each other properly. I also realized how big of a role every CEO in a company plays, especially in uniting his employees. The sixth exam is titled Research Paper Title Proposal. Topic Selection, My Greatest Interest. In this exam, we were expected to present a research paper based on our major field and the problematic issues that we want to resolve. The research paper that we are going to pass should contain a title page, rationale, and a reference page. The topic or issue that I have chose is about garbage wastes. The first variable is the water hyacinth. I chose this plant because it is a problematic plant due to its fast growth, which causes blockage in rivers and in some drainage. And the last variable is glass wastes. I chose glass waste because it is a type of garbage waste that cannot be decomposed. There are some glass that also cannot be recycled, which contributes to the growing amount of garbage. The objective or purpose of my research is to know if the water hyacinth and powdered glass waste can be made into a good paper block additives, and then the finished product will be compared to a commercial paper block to know if there are any significant difference in terms of selected factors. I was able to finish my research paper complete with a proper title, rationale, and references that came from other research paper and articles from the internet. In doing this exam, I learned how to properly formulate a rationale and also to follow the proper format and referencing. In line with that, I was also able to enhance my knowledge about garbage wastes. The seventh exam is titled Research Paper Outline Proposal, Full Grasp of My Study. my great achievement. In this exam, the research that we have formulated in the previous exam would be further developed. The research output should contain a title page, chapter 1 or the problem and its settings, complete with the background of the study, statement of the problem or research questions, review of related literature, theoretical framework, conceptual framework for quantitative study, significance of the study, scope and delimitation, and definition of terms. It should also contain a chapter 2 or method, complete with research design, research subjects, respondents and participants, research locale, research instruments, data gathering procedure and statistical treatment of data, and also references which is in APA format. In this exam, I was able to further develop my study, achieving the completion of the paper outline proposal, complete with the chapters needed. I was also able to follow the proper format for the overall research paper. I managed to finish the exam with the use of extensive research and widen my knowledge about the country that I have chosen. I was able to write and finish an editorial which is my first time doing it. I was able to share information to many people in regards to the present issue, which is the COVID-19 pandemic. I was able to further maximize my public speaking skills and improve my vocabulary. I considered this exam to be the hardest because I have many characters to portray, but I was able to deliver all their lines and act all the characters. In these two exams, I was able to formulate, write, and complete a research paper and follow the different formats, which is very important for the future thesis developments.